Hey all. So we're working with a spot that doesn't have the very, very best service. If it goes out, I'm really sorry. I hope that it doesn't.
Looks good. I'm just going to pause it on mine so we don't waste internet.
Great. So Baron's got the comments over here on his iPad.
Yeah, so when I'm looking away, I'm trying to keep up with y'all.
Yes, I love doing live streams. This is so fun. How about them Chiefs? Kansas City Chiefs. I never thought that would happen in my lifetime.
Yeah, I
Truly never ever thought that it would happen.
I had cheered for the Chiefs most of my life, but I'd kind of given up on them because every year it was so disappointing when I really cared about it.
Well, it seemed like they have gotten far several times, many times in my life.
Well, they always
And lose in the
not
playoffs.
always, but they tend to get to the playoffs and then just it's over, and that hurts.
Yeah. But man, Kansas City is popping off. It's
it's
so cool.
It's like when the Royals won. I don't know if anybody's in Kansas City. Is it as crazy as it was when the Royals won, or more so? I would assume it's more like, oh my goodness, because everybody is. It's kind of a football city almost.
Puerto Rico, Delaware, Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
The Royals, that was the World Series, and
Yeah.
that was cool. I got to face paint at,
That sun is something
yes,
else.
it's a beautiful
grab a
sunset right
binder?
now. No, this will be fine, just a pillow. No, I'll take it down. Virginia, California.
What were you just saying though? You got to face paint at the
I got
Royals?
to face paint at the Royals World Series game, right?
Yeah.
Man, it was cool. That really made Kansas City go crazy. Hey, the Pierce Family Project RV. $10 got my bracelet, thank you.
Cool.
You're so welcome.
A lot of people are asking about my ankle, so I can show them.
Cindy Ann, $20. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We love you too.
Here's my ankle. It's got lines on it from my brace, but it's
It
not.
looks good.
Yeah,
It looks so much better.
I have like full movement in it, and I've been hiking and climbing around and stuff, and it doesn't. I keep a brace on it just so that it won't bend the wrong way again, but it's working well.
Your pain tolerance is a lot different than mine.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be out of commission for a long time with that same injury.
It's it doesn't really hurt unless I like tweak it just the wrong way. So I watch for the hot cacao drinks. Thank you, Noonie.
We're gonna be making some. We have our cups ready, but we're just warming up our water on the stove right now. So we'll make some cacao in a minute. What do you think of this cute pin?
That hat's cute. It looks like one that I used to have.
You got a new one.
Thank you, Mary. $3.
We support
Going
you
to
guys.
your website now.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I'll have some bracelets, rings, and earrings up soon. I'm working this week to finish them all, put all the findings and everything on them, and then I would like to have them up on my site next week.
How much energy does a live chat take up? That's a good question. Not a ton because we're doing it on the iPad. Tablets and phones have a lot. They're a lot more efficient than laptops are.
Thank you so much, Mike. #1 fan. We usually try to have the iPad. I charged it last night, overnight, making sure it was at 100 for this, knowing that we were going to do a live stream.
We try to just use our iPads most of the time because they have yours probably has a maybe 10 to 15 watt hour battery, and your computer has a 100 watt hour battery, and mine has
drains fast.
or 80 watt hour battery.
Danny Crook, $24.99. Are you out of your mind? Thanks for going live. These sessions are always fun. I agree. Live streams are great.
Camp still got his Chiefs bandana on.
He looks so dang cute. We
Dude,
can't
look
take
over
it
here.
off. Hey, come here. What's up, mister?
#1 fan again. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica. Camp rolled in a bunch of goose poop yesterday. It was great.
We got it on video. Well, not him rolling in it, but the aftermath.
From Sonic, how's your stove doing? $9.99.
Stove is great.
And by the way, we're going to try to answer any and every question that we see. They fly up my iPad screen, and it's easier to see the super chat ones. I still want to send you guys a solar hat.
That sounds cool, but I already have so many hats, and we
That's the
have solar
thing.
panels. And it's not that I'm not like, that sounds really cool, and if I had more space, I would definitely want to have one of those. But like,
We can't really accept stuff from people ever.
because I'm always paring down even my favorite things, so it's hard to. I'm sorry.
Bits and Pieces has been making cacao with ghee. That sounds good.
That is good. We've done that before.
Oh, y'all. Jesse Lynn, this is the first live stream I've been able to catch. Great! That's great news. Thank you so much.
You. Somebody asked, our solar system is goal 0. Aloha from a Missourian living in Hawaii.
Awesome. I've got several friends in Hawaii.
What's a good book to read?
Oh, The 49th Mystic. I'm listening to that on Audible. I finished the first one. The second one is the Land of Mystics or something. It's so good. 49th Mystic, start with that one. Thank you, Christina. Love your videos. What about you? Favorite book?
Favorite book.
Or what's a good book that you're reading right now?
The People's History of the United States.
It's a big book.
It's a lot, but it's slow and it's super informational. The information is great, but I've been chugging through it. I'm not like super having a blast with it, but it's been great from my perspective, I guess.
It's a good time to be probably reading a book like that too.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you get your snail mail? We do have a P.O. box for the stickers. It's really far away from us right now.
Yeah.
Man, I'd love to get love letters and stuff. We just don't have the space to
Thank you for the donation, Sonic. The Subaru is doing great. Nothing wrong with it. We need to get an oil change before we make another big trek, but everything is working. The Geolander, Yokohama Geolander tires are great. If you want to talk more about those, I'm more than willing to.
We got the Subaru back when we went after going on our trip to Kansas City, and it was making a terrible squeaking noise. It was before we left, and Oh my gosh, I was just thinking, will there ever be anything not wrong with it? But then once we got that fixed, nothing. It's been great. It was
when they installed the CV joints, they had
bent.
something rubbing against the back of the rotor.
And it wasn't a big deal at all. So that's great news.
Where are you going?
Back up here, we missed some people.
I don't think so.
We did.
Yeah, but they're below.
Oh, crap. Can you still see on your iPad?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm good. Love that I found you guys from near Buffalo, New York. Wow, cool. We've got a few #1 fans in this group. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Kim. Is that Miss Mary Lou? She's here! Miss
She's
Mary
already
Lou!
got the wrench, the moderator.
I will grab your tea when I make my cacao. Miss Mary Lou sent me some of her tea. She's our consistent, fabulous moderator. Stephanie Evans, y'all helped me talk into moving into a wee casita. Really? Really?
Travel nursing is really cool.
Did we meet you in person, Stephanie? We ran into a traveling nurse once who had a bigger RV, and that seems like it would be a cool job.
Which cooking mushrooms are your fave? I like the distinction. Hey guys, love the
Thank you,
streaming
T-Roxy
videos.
Box.
What cooking mushrooms are favorite? Maybe chanterelles, I'd say. I like.
Ooh.
Fresh
Yeah,
chanterelles
so
are crazy good.
Because they were everywhere in the grocery stores here in Oregon. In Kansas, when we lived there, did they ever have...
I don't think unless they were dried, but even then.
Chanterelles. I've never had morels, like the Kansas Midwestern mushrooms. I'd never had.
We liked boletes. They were easy to find and
puffballs
good.
were fun. It was like tofu.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. one that we really enjoy answering. New to you guys from Jason. My wife and I could not get enough. Thank you so much. From Gail and Jay. I've enjoyed watching your content. Once I found your channel, I binge watched all your videos. Thank you.
We've been, earlier today I mentioned that we should go back to the first videos and just like watch the whole Scamp series front to back, like binge watch like we would a series and see what we think afterward.
That would be fun. The problem is though that like I feel like we watch videos periodically all the time. Periodically.
It auto-scrolled.
Periodically all the time. As I'm watching a new video that I've just put out, I might let it autoplay into an old video. Oh, Lord.
We're trying to keep caught up, guys, but there's a lot going on in this chat.
Every live stream gets more fun. Heather Vaughn, thank you so much.
In a little bit, we'll kind of chill on rapid fire questions. And
We'll batch them and come back to the super chats. Miss Mary Lou, I'm so glad you're here. We had another, from our Discord group, we had another guy who was gonna mod.
Yeah, it was
so
like
if you see him, Miss Mary Lou,
Mr. Dad or something.
he might help you.
Cool Dad something. I'll see
Kim,
if I
thank
can
you
find
so
him.
much. AJ, thank you so much. Amanda, hey! So I worked with Amanda at KU, Rock Chalk Video. AJ, we met in person, I thought. I went over to her parents' house for like a work party. Found me on YouTube and was like, I go to KU. And then we realized on Facebook that, oh gosh, we have a connection.
That's
Serious
wild.
one. Thank you, man.
Let's see. I don't see.
I love when that stuff happens. That's so cool. Kathy, thank you so much. Okay. How's your foot? We talked about it in the beginning of the video if you want to scroll back through.
It's doing good. Short answer.
My feet are doing great. Do you want to hear something funny? I'm going to stop scrolling and say this. In one of the, I think it was the winter blizzard video, you see Baron's out barefoot and stuff, and then you see, I think, another shot of his feet by the fire. Then a little later in the video, you see another shot of feet by the fire, and everyone's like, for some, like, to that shot, ew, Baron's feet are so gross, they're all white. And they were my feet. I have Raynaud's, and so they were all just disgusting white. So that's been a little bit embarrassing.
I just put the link to our Discord in the chat. I don't know. Oh, Josh White. We need to make him a... I'm trying to find you. Hey, Josh, comment in the YouTube chat, and then I'll get you. Or you will, I think you'll
Come
have
to Michigan. Do you all ever get tired of each other? Yeah. But it's really easy to move on to something else, or we both have our things we like to do in the Scamp. Winter is like, we could, like, there are times we get tired of each other.
Yeah, but then...
We just go on a walk and...
Yeah, or one of us will go to town and just, like, chill at the coffee shop, or, I don't know, go run errands, whatever.
Which is nice to break up the life in the Scamp.
We recently went to an Airbnb with Elsa's sister, and that, we don't do that very often, but every time we do, we're like, we should do this more. Just, like, get an Airbnb for a couple nights and do our laundry and stuff. Yeah, we have a Discord. I just linked it a couple times. Miss Mary Lou, if you want to grab that and throw it out there on occasion. You don't have to do anything in the world.
Sabrina, thank you so much. Cass, thank you. Matt Hansen, thank you.
I don't know why, but the Discord link doesn't show. Maybe I could just...
It might be because I have made it. If you don't know what Discord is, I didn't know what Discord was, and Baron talked about it in the last live stream. It's an app for, it was like a gaming app.
It's kind of like Slack. It's like a chat and voice chat. So if you think of like Skype mixed with like an instant messaging for people. But I just pasted the Discord code. So if you use that code and just join, like hit join new server and then paste that code in, then you will join our server, and then you can talk about anything and everything you want.
Hey, there's people in Discord right now.
Yeah, I just told them
It's like I see it as a forum. Baron's really been taking the lead on it. He has a bunch of different sections you can get into.
You could show them the channels real quick.
It might be backwards on your screen.
But
these are all the things you can click.
Oh, they're all chat channels. So there's like gear, minimalism, rigs, all kinds of stuff. And people can just like pop into each chat channel and talk about whatever. I've been linking the Discord channel, or the code. It's that FA6SPC9. But if I use the URL, then it doesn't show up in the chat because it's set up to not let URLs post right now.
Sorry.
Yeah. We missed a couple donations, I think. I'll scroll up and try to find them. What's the last one that we read? Have you read Sabrina?
Yes, and Cass, okay. Barb, thank you.
What about Matt? Matt Hansen.
And Tanya, another binge watcher. You guys are awesome. Amanda, keep living the dream, you two. It is a lovely thing. Okay. Y'all need to cool it with these comments and questions because I can't read any of them. Let's see. I don't see the link for Discord.
I've been throwing it out there. It's like FA6 something. Here, I'm going to send it again.
Hi from Norway.
Does it show up on your screen, or am I like banned?
I don't see it.
We should make me a moderator. I don't know how to do that though.
You want to try from my phone?
Yeah.
I'll keep doing this. What is your strongest point to live your lifestyle other than live a boat that is anchored up most of the year? Oh, like what's this land life versus boat life?
What?
I don't know. I'm assuming that might be what you mean. To explore in a caravan versus a boat. Sailing La Vagabond is so popular, and for such good reason. We love watching their videos, and they sail around the world. I think that would be just... I've never been a water person because I've always lived in the middle of the United States in Kansas, so I don't have any experience in the ocean. That would be crazy. I love land, too. I love life and plants and everything. I think I would miss that. But then you have all this life underneath the water, which could be just unbelievable. I don't know. I'm Norwegian, so I saw that you're from Norway, so I was like, cool.
I don't know.
I don't want to hear it. Will you ever get a different camper? That's a question we get all the time. Hey, could you put it in the description through my video? Could you edit?
Oh, maybe. Well, I don't know if I can on here since you're live on there.
Oh, lordy.
I'm trying.
Okay. Beth? Almost an empty nester. Love seeing you two do this. Thank you, Beth. Ryan Moyes. Hi from Heather and Ryan in Manchester, New Hampshire. Wow, we're on opposite ends of the country. From Brenda, 1999. Are you out of your mind? Thank you. We're still working on the Discord code.
I am not able to talk because I spam too many URLs, so I'm like banned, and I can't figure out how to unban myself.
Brenda, you only donated $1.90. Oh. Hi, Camp. Everybody wants Camp to say hi again. Mindy Vaughn, thank you as always. I need a silver and purple beaded bracelet. I don't have any... Oh, I do have some purple. I've only done one custom before, and it was a great time. But I don't usually open up customs. I think I kind of work on the jewelry and stuff whenever it makes sense, usually in the evenings at the end of the day. I'll pull out my new stuff if you want to see it. I might put it live next week. I don't know what like portion of this viewer group would care to see any of that.
Miss Mary Lou, did you put me in timeout?
Wow, you all are from so many different places. I just, in like the last minute, saw Dubai, Canada, and New Zealand. That's so cool. I wonder what time in Sweden. What time is it in all of your countries? USA chat now. Would you all consider doing a GoFundMe so you can get upgraded to a fifth wheel? How did you know that a fifth wheel is my dream?
Show. Okay, I just unbanned myself.
Oh, good.
Or Miss Mary Lou did. Thank you, Miss Mary Lou. I appreciate you giving me the privilege to speak again.
Ariana, thank you so much. Hugs from a Cuban in Virginia. Sweet. I don't know that we would...
We don't want a new thing, really.
It would be wonderful to have a fifth wheel if we had a family. Like a little tiny one. I don't know. I've set up one GoFundMe before, and it was for a big trip to Thailand where I had like a bunch of stuff and videos and everything planned out. We were doing some really good work, but I don't know. I feel like it would feel weird to just say, yo, I want a new thing. Here's my GoFundMe. You know what I mean? It would be a bigger thing, I think, than that. Like, we're working towards something with this. You know what I mean?
I'm just leaving you.
I don't care.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of fun talking by myself. Go Chiefs!
Hey, I'm about to post the
Thanks,
Discord
TV,
link again.
Devion.
So if you're trying to catch it, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, Miss Mary Lou is the best. Miss Mary Lou has a YouTube channel. She also has her own podcast, Positivity. It's the sweetest thing you'll ever hear. She tries teas, talks about, like, a lot of self-care. She's just the sweetest. You think the water's hot for cacao? And I'll
I don't
grab
know.
her
I
tea
should
out?
probably make the stove be going.
Any favorite podcasts, Baron, before you leave?
I'm trying to think of any new ones. The new Tim Ferriss and Kevin Rose conversation.
Those are always the best.
Yeah,
Me
they're
and
very good.
Kevin Rose.
But that was a really interesting conversation. There's a topic that we were going to talk about in our next video, but we could talk about it here. With like growth and that
Oh
whole
yeah, we
thing.
should. Yeah, we might as well. Miss Mary Lou, link your YouTube channel and your podcast.
What other podcasts?
Rizanos. Hi guys, want to see Baron smile more in the vlogs. Oh gosh. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think that I don't
Podcast.
like translate well to video because I'm one of the happier people that I know.
Yes.
But
He's so sweet. Always, 100% of the time.
I'm not super expressive like facially. I used to get a bunch of crap in high school because people always thought that I was mad, and I was like very much happy, but my smile in my brain is a lot bigger than it is on my face.
Can Baron post the Discord link in his community on his YouTube page? Oh, that's a good idea. Or I could even too.
Yeah.
I like Tim Ferriss's podcast when he's got people on that I like. Joe Rogan has a lot of good viewers. I don't listen to very many of his, just when I see somebody I want to listen to.
Yeah.
TV Devion. How many days of food do you usually carry? That's a really, really good question. We could last in here for probably a couple weeks, but we usually restock on fresh vegetables and things every 3 to 4 days.
But I like to keep when it was gnarly parts of the winter, I like to keep a lot more
Non-perishables.
yeah, and just in case things. Keep a lot more wood then too.
Hi from Texas. We'll be home to beautiful Northwest Washington in 3 weeks. Oh, nice. Northwest. I don't think we've ever really been up
drove
there.
kind of through Northwest, right?
Yeah. I don't know, actually. Thank you so much, Carla. I haven't seen Jake and Fran.
Yeah, what the heck, guys?
Destin, thank you so much. Do you guys have you thought about attending any of the RTRs?
We
We
did.
went 2 winters ago. Adventure Anyway! We went 2 years ago, and it was fine. I think that was the year that it was 8,000 people. I couldn't fathom going again with the rate that it was like blowing up. There were so many people there. It was really fun.
If you're just getting into the like nomadic life, I think it's a great way to meet people and like figure stuff out.
Like Adventure Anyway, they are our friends in Idaho. You may have seen in one of our videos, they just got a Parkliner fiberglass trailer and they're about to start full-time living in March. And they started a channel where they're going to talk about their transition into full-time nomad life.
I didn't even know parkliners were a thing, and it's so
It's
nice.
so cool. It's so luxurious. It's kind of like is it a Cooper?
No. What are those called? The like
we
yacht
always-
style.
Those Olivers.
Oliver,
Olivers are
yeah.
really nice. And it was like that, but I think a lot more affordable.
Yeah, and not so bougie. Like,
No rat fur. They have fiberglass all on the inside and outside.
yeah, it was just really nice.
Thank you, Danielle Zilka. Love from Vermont. Jim, $2.99. Thank you. Are you out of your mind? And Maureen, you provide awesome entertainment. You're awesome.
Yeah, with the GoFundMe, we just like.
I would
don't
like
know.
to save that for a time when I really need it. Like if
Like if we were gonna have a retreat or some like big thing that was
Yes.
like, okay,
or
this
if we
is for
were
everybody.
going toward or trying to make merino shirts or something.
Speaking of, we might do that soon. Merino T-shirts, like merino wool base
There's
layers with
just-
some of Elsa's art on it.
It's a lot of logistics because we're moving around all the time, and how would we ship things? Drop shipping I know is an option, but then we still have stickers. You'd have to buy them separate. And just the whole thing of we don't want to add more merch to the world.
But
So
they're not scratchy. They're not quite as soft as.
do you have anything?
Yeah, this is merino.
Oh, this is merino.
It's not quite as soft as cotton, but it's still really soft. And it's antimicrobial. It's like the best base layer. That's what all of our base layers are. So it's a super useful shirt that you can replace like a number of t-shirts with. So it's like it like follows our minimalist sort of ethos. So we're thinking about doing a like seeing how many people want and doing like a pre-order and then ordering a bunch of them. But we'll see if that all shakes out or not, if there's interest.
Justin Davis, how long do farts stay stagnant in the Scamp? That's a great question too, honestly. It's really
we have
drafty
pretty
in
good
here.
ventilation, so they push out pretty quick.
If it's one of my farts, it's kind of another story.
Yeah.
Barons are really loud though. Wake me up out of my sleep. Hitchhiking multi-poo. Oh boy, great timing. Just got in from our nightly walk. Awesome.
Jacob Johnson, this is Jake.
Derp derp.
Hey, derp. Thank you for tuning in, Jake. Yeah, when Jason Momoa took off his
so good.
bodysuit, it kind of made me feel unconscious or self-conscious because that kind of looks like me.
Oh, whatever. He's real skinny. But you are not like that his size.
No,
but
he's freaking huge.
you still have, I don't know how you maintain your muscles. You've always been so muscular and toned.
Oh, stop. Did Jake say that we stink? Because I might actually take offense to that.
I don't know, maybe it was Fran.
He just saw us earlier today, so it's kind of a bummer.
Two of our new friends, Jake and Fran, they live close, probably like 20 or 30 minutes away from where we're at. And it's been so luxurious to go to their house and do laundry. And
When my ankle was hurt, Fran got this, or I don't know if it Fran or Jake, but they got Epsom salt. So I was just sitting up in their bath, milking my ankle, and it was excellent.
yeah.
What's our favorite meal in the Scamp? That was from Alex. Thank you,
Thank
Alex.
you, Alex.
Favorite meal in the Scamp, like from scratch meal, is probably spring rolls.
Something Asian-y. Spring rolls, coconut curry, fried rice.
Yeah.
All those, I really like all those meals because there's no, they're so light and they feel
Yeah.
like they're good for me. No dairy. Z Dundies, $20. Thank you so much. You're amazing too.
My ankle's doing really well. It's like probably 80%, 75,
Thanks,
80%.
Jess.
What other meals are good? Spring rolls are probably my favorite. Coconut curry soup is really good. Yes, kratom did help my ankle.
Thoughts on Scamp life with a cat?
I don't know. Can you train your cat to poop outside?
The litter box is what would kill me.
Yeah, you would just have to really keep that litter under control. But I don't know. I mean, people do it. I've never owned a cat, so I really don't know like what that entails.
Who does Scamp love more?
It depends on who you're asking.
Totally Baron. It's pretty sad.
I mean,
I'm the one who feeds him too.
yeah.
I mean, you will feed him.
We had somebody asked about a certain book.
A certain book. Thanks, Trail Shedder. More?
Huh? No, it's down. A certain book that we were working on, allegedly.
LOL, I love all this fart talk now.
Is that what you're saying, or did somebody say that?
No, I'm saying that.
Oh my god.
Hey, Scout and Scamp. These guys have a Scamp too. They live in it full time. What's up, guys? They're asking about mold.
We haven't really had any aside from when we got it.
When we first got it, we cleaned out a bunch.
But it wasn't really moldy. It was just like decaying wood.
We make sure always to have a fan running, wiping the windows down every few months, pulling everything out. There's been a couple times where we'll pull stuff out and our backpacks will have some mold spores on them.
But just because they've been like sitting damp for
Underneath in storage.
But with all of our clothes and everything in storage, we keep them in dry bags so that they don't get wet.
And we've got damp rid everywhere. I don't know if it's because, like, I don't know. I even underneath, when we cleaned out last time, I pulled up a bunch of the rat fur and mylar, thinking like, ugh, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't want to see what's under here, but clean fiberglass, clean mylar, and rat fur. I wonder if the materials are
I think they're just no natural fibers. Like fiberglass is no natural fibers. The rat fur stuff is not any natural fibers because it's marine grade. Same with the Reflectix. There's like nothing that they can bond to and eat.
Yeah, it's wild. So hopefully your guys' Scamp is kind of the same.
Our gorgeous hound is sleeping, and I don't want to wake him.
I'll pick these up.
Oh, you're a dogging.
He looks so uncomfortable. When we pick him up, I should just show him in his beauty sleeping.
There, that's fine.
Hoping that he stays allergy-free for a few months longer. Last year, he picked back up in March.
A dry bag is like a big plastic bag with a roll top for like canoeing and stuff.
Water sports.
Yeah.
Tracy, since starting my diet, inspired by both of you, I have lost 10 pounds.
Get it, girl.
Yes.
Assuming you're a girl. Sorry.
I wonder what you're doing. That's so great.
Can you guys hear Camp? Like.
Elsa, please make a cookbook. Thanks, KN.
What?
We prematurely announced the cookbook.
Yeah. We've been working on it, like, passively.
It's just not really a passion thing.
We're just doing it because everybody wants us to do it.
Right. And I never, ever anticipated that this would become such a heavily cooking-focused channel.
Yeah.
But people love it.
Because you couldn't even cook at all before you moved into the Scamp.
I know. Wow. Thank you, Laura. You are amazing.
That's a really sweet emoji you found.
Yeah,
too.
it is. Thank you. How did you decide on a Finnish Spitz for a dog? Camp is a Shiba Inu.
Very similar in shape to a Finnish Spitz, though.
That sounds like a really pretty dog.
He is, I think, technically. I think they technically classify him as a Spitz or
She knows
classic
her
breed,
dogs
something.
too. She was a dog show lover, like my mom and grandma. Thank you, Kat.
What do you guys want to see in a cookbook? I feel like we've put almost everything on the internet already.
Well, our angle so far is that it's the Nomad cookbook. So
Who'd have thunk it?
let me
I'm just
expand on
kidding.
what I'm saying.
All right.
That we would talk about all of our tips and things, like spinach is not quite as sturdy as kale. So we cook with a lot more spinach or kale. Shallots are easier to work with than full onions because then you don't have to store an onion. Different ways that we cook nomadically. Is that a fine answer?
Yeah, you can answer however you want.
Oh, here comes the car.
They're looping out. Maybe not. Whatever. We're not in the mood.
What if they're watching live stream and they walk up and...
That'd be weird. But yeah, we're doing we're working on breakfast type stuff, lunch type stuff, and talking about different things like how to use a cooler for your foods and I don't know the different
I think
like
it'll be
why
really
we like
interesting.
different spices and stuff. It is interesting. It's just not something that we're both like super stoked to do. We're just doing it because people really want it.
So it'll be kind of a slow process. We're working on it. Thank you, Abigail, for helping us so much.
Somebody said, "How about politics?" I've been paying. I won't incriminate us, but I've been thinking about it often, and it's just hard to even speak about politics without polarizing people. So I don't know. I wish that I could speak my mind, but maybe some other time.
Miss Tim, $29.99. Are you out of your mind? Thank you for opening up your life. Thank you for acknowledging. I so look forward to everything you post. Hope to see you on the road sometime. Summer plans? We're considering a trip up to Canada, maybe Alaska, with my sister and her partner Tucker. They're great. That's who we were with over the Super Bowl weekend. How about them Chiefs?
TV Devion's taking credit for.
You did this, TV. You did this. He says, it was me who accidentally got you to admit the cookbook production. You didn't make us do anything. It was all Baron's doing.
Oops.
Magna Mike. Wow. Thank you so much. Please post a video on how you get and store water. There is a video.
There is?
There is, about how we stored water, but it's a little dated. We don't do that anymore because a couple of the jugs broke. But
So now we just have 2 big 6-gallon jugs.
and we had a bag of water at that time too. We have the most ghetto. We've changed our water system so many times. We had a Berkey, but it just was not.
Not travel friendly enough. Supposedly there's a smaller kind of folding Berkey that we could use. I don't know. I would love
Brian
to.
Hinton in the house. Boy. Oh, Through the Eyes of a Child came first. Hello from our 4 little kids in Oregon. Awesome. Brian, thank you. Sending lots of good vibes your way. Watch those ankles, Baron.
I know. I'm doing my best. I've been taking it plenty easy enough, but I still want to be moving it around and stuff so it doesn't get super stiff because I've worked on my ankle flexibility for years now and I would hate to lose it all.
Was the water warm?
Oh.
Burning Crusade or Wrath of the Lich King?
Burning Crusade, 100%.
Thank you so much, Holden Wook. He said Burning Crusade. Is that a game?
It was WoW expansions.
Oh. You geeks. Oh, Supreme Comedian, what are your thoughts on Burning Man in Las Vegas? Like is it in Las Vegas?
Scheduled to be in Las Vegas?
What I think of Burning Man is it's great. I've been to a couple regional burns, like small versions of burns. Oh, it was so amazing. I imagine the big burn would be something else. I don't know that I necessarily need to go, but if I had the opportunity, arise. Sure.
I see what you did there.
Arise. What?
That was one of the birds that you went to.
Oh, yeah. That was
No, that wasn't a burn.
Arise. Oh, that wasn't a burn. That was just a festival. Ilana, your videos, podcasts, Instagram have given me so much clarity on what I'm manifesting for my future. Wow, that's amazing. I'm from Chicago.
Chicago's a cool city.
And one day we'll live like y'all. It's a lot simpler to start than it might seem. Well,
Well,
yeah,
yes and no.
depends on how you look at it. Let's see outside. It might be a little too dark.
You can walk outside quick.
Do you see a freaking river? Oh. We've got Velcro coming off the window. Here's a river. There's a river. I'm pointing at my iPad so that only I can see. We've got a curving river.
And a cliff.
And a cliff. It's just the coolest.
The water needs some time because the stove is going out.
Missed sunset.
Sorry about it.
Oh, I may have missed a few. The World According to Doc. First time I've caught your live stream. Yes, that's awesome. It's fun because a lot of people always say afterward, oh, I missed it.
Yeah, we don't normally post when we're going to do it because it's kind of a spontaneous thing. And then we would hate to say, oh, we're going to do it at this time, and then like the internet won't go through, so this was kind of risky, but it worked. I'm surprised that it's working that the stream is working this well, given that our internet's not great here. The WeBoost is doing some work.
Any tips for living in a cold climate coming from Austin, Texas?
Wood fire, or like wood heat is awesome.
Diesel heat, I've heard, is also a thing.
Yeah.
Propane just releases moisture into the air, so unless you have it, don't you have to just ventilate it differently to make that? Because a lot of people have propane heat.
Jesse Fishman's Axe Deli? What is your Axe Deli?
Is that Fran?
No, that's Jay Fish. Baron, where's the rig at? The rig is so simple, it's just a MacBook Air. It's good to see you here, though, bro.
Who is it?
Jesse, who I
Oh.
played WoW with. And I don't think you've ever met Jesse, though.
Just heard your name a million times. Please do a Bujo live plan with me for March. I recently found y'all and I'm obsessed. Thank you, Shelly. Shell loves planning. I don't personally like to watch videos of bullet journals as they make the spreads.
It would be cool, though, if you were just talking if you did
Like
a live stream, that would be cool.
Maybe.
That'd be really cool.
I had so much fun working on this latest live stream. I made a few
Bullet
animations.
journal video, you mean?
Oh, bullet journal video. Thanks. I made a few animations and stuff, and I had so much fun. But it was far less viewed, less engaged with than a lot of our recent videos. So that's the thing we've been kind of talking about is growth and how we feel about it. Because obviously this channel has grown a lot very quickly.
And YouTube incentivizes growth. Like whenever, like that video was ranked like number 9 of 10 as far as YouTube is concerned because it's not making as much money and it's not.
But as of not even a year ago, the amount of views it got in the first few days would have been, wow, this is amazing. This is normal and like great, and it still is great. But YouTube will give you on the analytics up and down arrows based on the video previous. So all the arrows are red down arrows, like this is bad, this is bad. So it's like it always encourages you to, you need more views, you need
Grow,
more
grow,
likes,
grow.
more comments, bigger,
And
bigger, bigger.
culturally, that's just the mantra, especially in anything that has to do with business. So, yeah, it's just hard to stay, like, to make videos that are just, our intention with them is just to be, like, informational and good videos, because YouTube tries to incentivize us to not do that.
Let's continue talking about this, but from Anna, will you be getting more Camp in Space stickers? A friend has 2 Shiba Inus and used to live in a camper. I've had to switch my vinyl distributor, still working that out, so I have all my wood stickers restocked, and then we'll see what's going to come back with the vinyl once I figure out where to do that. TV. Man, you're awesome. Thank you.
Throwing in some information and a few dollars.
Vented heating. Problem is that because cold is denser than warm, when you heat the cold, the higher concentration of water begins to create moisture because the air can't contain it.
That makes
You're
all
the
the
best.
sense. Do you do custom designs for your jewelry? That's a good question that would be worth answering.
Well, I did answer it earlier.
Oh.
I don't usually. I might open it up to that, but I have a lot of fun just making whatever the heck I want to make. And I think if I had a lot of customs, I would just... I don't know what to do! I have so many customs to work on that I can't work on anything else. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to be... I'll grab them. I don't know if anyone wants to see them. I will grab them and show you what I've got for next week. I'll do that when I get up to make cacao and get Miss Mary Lou's tea.
You should show them.
What? I will. I'll get up and grab it. Cacao, tea, and bracelets and stuff. Thank you all for everyone who is donating. We're trying to answer questions too that are not from donations. Would you be interested in making me a logo? I have so many requests to do that, and I have not been doing that for a while. It's the same kind of thing where customs are just hard.
Maybe at some point, but right now you're just swamped.
Lately I've been working on video. Video has been kind of my passion, and right now I'm trying to learn how to do Illustrator, how to use Illustrator. Photoshop I got, but I want to learn how to use Illustrator and the iPad Affinity Design and Affinity Photo apps. Hey, that's right! Happy birthday, Greg Link, from my dad to yours.
He's probably in here lurking. You won't talk, though.
Love the Normal to Nomad podcasts.
Don't
worry about YouTube's crap. Just keep making great content, however best you see fit.
Yeah, appreciate that.
My dad will probably chime in and say that I have a video that I talked about in the last live stream that I'm supposed to be putting up. I just haven't had a great time. It's a family video that I've been a little scared to put up because it's not Scamp related per se. Sunny, I'm a big fan and inspired by your life. I have been beading for over 50 years and now only make as gifts and native medicine pieces. That's
Very cool.
Awesome. Cheryl, #1 fan, thank you. Please tell me, are you married? And where is your dog? We're not married, and our dog is over there.
He's sleeping.
We'll pick him up again at some point. Do you have alcohol in the Scamp? If so, what is it?
We don't currently.
Sometimes we like to have... We thought about getting a bottle of wine, but we'll probably have some wine tomorrow with Jake and Fran. I really like whiskey. My family's a beer family. My brother's a brewer. You like whiskey and wine?
Yeah, and I like stouts.
But trying not to drink too much.
Gaming videos in the Scamp, I would love to see. I've been working on just talking about gaming on the road and how that works and what types of games work and what systems work and how to do it and what your ping's like and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I would like to stream, but I don't know.
It'd be
maybe
pretty
eventually.
cool. Who else ever has streamed from their off-grid tiny vessel? Does anybody do that?
I don't know of anyone, no. Skyrim on Switch. Skyrim was such a good game. Did you ever play Skyrim?
I watched you open it,
I
like do
feel
the
like
intro.
I feel like you would love that game.
Are
if you
there
got
dragons
into
in it?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw you fly around too.
No.
You don't?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. What was that then? You were flying on buildings and stuff.
I don't know. Proper 12. Is that Conor McGregor's whiskey? Or whatever it is?
I don't know.
Do you think about upgrading to something larger? Not really. I mean, think about it, but I don't
What
know,
would
what's
be
your
rad
perspective?
is to make the Scamp more epic. Like beefing up the frame and making poles around the Scamp so that we can have a roof on the Scamp that we can go sit on. That'd be cool. I'd rather put money into that than getting a bigger vehicle or rig. I could do with a new vehicle sometime in the future, in the near future.
But even in talking about that, we've had this conversation
I
so
know.
much, and it's like.
It's just old and it always has problems, and I don't
But
know
it
what's
doesn't
going
always
on.
have problems, and regardless of what vehicle we have, given the hell that we put it through, it's gonna have
know.
problems.
I just
And
need
this
to
is like,
learn more.
yeah, this is the most economical rig. We've
And it's
spent
such a
like
great car.
$11,000 on it total, and we've used it for 2 years.
Just the problem is, my basic ass is used to a tiny little Pontiac Vibe that never had any problems because it was my grandma's old car, driven on paved roads all the time. So to have a Boss mobile
That tows a Scamp through like the mountains and is always off road. It's like
that has some issues sometimes, yeah, it's a new thing. Anyway, what was the question?
somebody else asked, what would your ideal vehicle be? So
That
Elsa,
would be a Cybertruck, a Tesla
would it though?
Cybertruck, kind
It's
of.
so big.
I'd like to rent one for a minute and see what it's like. The problem I realized recently, though, is we'd have to talk to a lot of people because we'd get out of it and people would say, "Whoa, what you got there?"
And charging it would be pretty difficult.
Yeah, but it's a badass.
I think if we were going to do a Tesla, I think if the Model Y that's coming out soon, it's like a mix between a 3 and an X. It's like a small SUV. If that has good tow capacity and has enough room for like bigger tires so you can take it off road, I think that would be a pretty cool vehicle. But I don't know that infrastructure wise we're ready for that living nomadically. So I think really the Subaru that we have is like the best car for what we do because we drive so much just in the car and the gas mileage is great. It has enough power. I don't know. You could debate it for years, but
I just think a Cybertruck would be rad. It would be
That's
so
true.
cool. I'd never get in an accident. Only the people who got in an accident with me would have any problems. It would be. I've never been in an accident aside from slipping on ice. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
You ran into a turkey.
That wouldn't count that. One time in my life. I'd rather not talk about it.
Range Rover?
Range Rovers are known for breaking down like very often. A 4Runner or a Tacoma would be great, but their gas mileage isn't awesome compared to the Subi. So
I don't read all these comments. I happened to see that one though.
who drives more often? I drive
Baron.
like almost 100% of the time.
Unless it's just me. I'll drive myself, but
Can't wait to what? Daniel. Dan and Raquel from Retro Renault.
hey!
You guys are
All
awesome.
right.
If you guys want to see a really cool Scamp that's built for like off-roading, if I were to like externally especially, this Scamp is like what I would ideally have ours be. Check out Retro Renaults on Instagram. They're selling one right now. It's called like the Rhino.
And 2 others.
Yeah, there's
they
Connor
haven't
LaRue
already.
too.
Hey, he's about to get a fiberglass trailer from them.
Yeah, well, they're helping him get it, and they've been so helpful. If you're looking for someone, they're in Florida. They're just like, from everything that I've gathered, they're awesome people.
And they do amazing work.
Excellent
That's
work.
who we should have had do our Scamp.
Maybe
Future.
soon, yeah. But how they built like independent rear axles for the Scamp for off-roading and everything, and fit like giant tires on it. It's really cool.
By the way, thank you for donating.
Yeah.
You guys are great. Chris, is your wood heater large enough to keep the trailer warm? What
Yes.
are you laughing at?
You can't spell Tesla without Elsa.
A. I can get down with that. My mom really wants me to have one. Don't you, Mom? The heater can make the Scamp
Too hot.
way too
Like
hot.
last
We have to be
night,
careful.
I was trying to make cacao late at night,
Oh my god.
and I was trying to warm up water, so I got the stove really rocking, and it like
Did you know that?
turned into a sauna.
Did you hear me rolling around?
Well,
and
I
around
heard
and
you.
around? Oh, whatever. I couldn't breathe.
So I opened up all the windows and everything. God forbid you say, "Hey, I'm hot. Can you just make
Well, what would
passive
you
aggressive
do?
noises?"
I would just open the windows. That's all that we can do.
Yeah. How's Camp with other dogs? He's okay. He kind of like.
He's great for the
Yeah.
most part. He's just really quick.
With big dogs, if they like get in his face, he'll. But he'll like, I don't know. He's super amicable otherwise.
Thanks, Miss Mary Lou, for all the work you're doing.
Have we ever thought about a schoolie? Thank you for the donation, Jeff. Maybe, but we would maybe do a schoolie if we were more stationary. Like if we had some land and we're just looking for a like semi-permanent vehicle, then yeah, maybe.
The space would be great.
Yeah, but just traveling with it would be hard. Also, would you ever consider doing this in Europe? I don't know. Yeah, but we would, like, people sometimes will ship their vans or whatever to other countries, and I just hate dealing with, like, bureaucratic red tape, so that would drive me nuts.
Yeah,
So
I
think,
might consider, like, getting a vehicle.
yeah, if we were to do that, we would, like, buy one when we get there and stay there for a number of years and then resell it. Some of our friends are going to New Zealand, and they are doing that.
They're in New Zealand.
Yeah, they're getting a van in New Zealand, and then they're just going to resell it when they're finished.
This dang water is not hot enough yet. And our stove outside is not connected.
Do you ever see Sasquatch? We have not seen Sasquatch. On the counter ice maker, we met a guy that had a ice maker at RTR, and that got us pretty excited about that for a minute, but we never pulled the trigger on it. I don't know, we've never really had ice, like we don't keep ice in the cooler. So, bear stories. We've only had a bear visit the Scamp once, and then we saw one close to us, but there was like a paw print on the side of the Scamp, and some of our outdoor stuff had been rummaged through, so that was weird. Do you miss KC? Watching the parade and stuff, I was kind of wished that I could have seen that in person. That was pretty cool.
It's just so happy feeling. I'm just so happy for everyone in Kansas City. It doesn't necessarily make me want to be back, but not at this time.
Neither of us are super sports fans, so, but it's really cool, even if you don't care about sports, to see what it does to cities, and like if you win a big game or whatever, how that affects a town is pretty wild.
The community vibe is so rad.
Yeah.
When the Royals won, everything was blue, and now I'm sure everything is red.
All the animals that we see on our way from, we went through the Tetons into like Summit County in Colorado, and we saw a bald eagle, a golden eagle, thousands probably of pronghorn, hundreds of elk, a mama moose and a baby, a coyote. What else? Oh, bighorn sheep, mountain goats, all in one day. It was incredible.
It felt like we were in a national park.
Yeah, it felt like I was playing Pokemon Snap in real life. Favorite state?
Battery.
Oregon is getting up there. Oregon's pretty awesome. Colorado, though, too. What are we currently reading? I'm reading, well, not even really. I kind of stopped reading it recently, but A People's History of the United States. Elsa's reading The 49th Mystic on audio.
It's awesome.
And that book is highly recommended if you want an audiobook to kind of get lost in. This is my cacao. It's very, very good, I'm sure.
Might not be too hot.
How do you storage your solar power on PowerPack? The battery is lithium. We have a 100 watt panel and a 50 watt panel. 1,000 watt hours of lithium. And then we have a 400 watt hour AGM battery. Thank you for this.
Yum.
Are you going to get your bracelets?
Yep.
There's a UFO behind me. That would be very cool, but there's not.
Might be my headlamp. Excuse me.
Any mountain lion sightings? No, but Elsa saw
Tracks
in the snow a few months back.
Oh gosh. Love your channel. Thank you, Below Height Studio. This is Firefly Cacao's brand new blend. I don't know if it's on their site yet. I don't know if I can even mention what it is, but it's coming soon if it's not already out. And it's amazing. Do you like it?
Yeah. I put like a lot of maple syrup in mine tonight for some reason. That's
It's so
pretty
good. This is Miss Mary Lou's tea. It's so beautiful. Miss Mary Lou, I went through the other containers of tea within maybe a week of getting them from you. They were so good. She sells these teas on Tea Spectral. Please post your link, Miss Mary Lou. This is a rose black tea, and it is so good. I have been drinking this in the morning because I'm trying to not do so much coffee right now. M good. Tesla Toe Bad. 175 mile watch. Alex Choi YouTube Model X.
Yeah, the X isn't great off-road either because of the airbag suspension and like how the brakes are. You can only fit like a certain size tire in there, so they're not great off-road. I'm hoping that the Model Y is like more adaptable, but I don't know. We would probably buy one after they've been out for a few years. Buy it used. I don't know. That's a pipe dream. We'll ride out the Subi for a while.
I can't stop.
Favorite bands?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
Gorillaz.
What was your favorite bands like growing up?
Great Daft Punk. Gorillaz. Sting. Because my mom.
I loved Offspring. Growing up, Rage Against the Machine. Listened to a lot of Incubus and 311 and Sublime.
I didn't listen to a whole lot of the Spice Girls and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Like, yeah, I would hear it all the time, but I hadn't. My first CD was Alicia Keys because I played the piano.
Alicia Keys is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine. I went through a heavy Rage phase, and Tool. I listened to a lot of Tool. They're one of the most like complex bands I've ever been interested in.
Vanessa, I live vicariously through you and have some awesome content. Through you, and you have awesome content. You tried ceremonial cacao. Amazing. I bet you love it as much as we do.
What's the dude? Xavier Rudd has been probably my favorite musician as of late. Xavier Rudd. He's awesome. Yeah, I did hear the new Tool album. It's good. I don't know. My favorite Tool album is Lateralis, organized in the Holy Gift edit. You have to like reorganize the tracks on the album by the Fibonacci sequence, and it happens to sound even better than it does in its stock. John Butler Trio is the best band that we've ever seen live.
Yeah, I'm just not really thinking of anything. I usually listen to a lot of Spotify Weekly and don't explore who the artists are,
Rush
unfortunately.
is awesome. Shout out to Neil Peart. He just
Amanda, hello. Love you guys. Hope your ankle is doing better. Love from Montana. Thank you as always.
Great. Love Montana.
Below Height Studio. Wow, we have all the same fave bands.
Oh.
That doesn't surprise me. I feel like there's a lot of like-minded people here on our YouTube channel.
Trevor Hall is great. That Underneath the Lime Tree song when we were camping with our buddies in Montana. That's how I would wake them up in the morning, is yell that song from the Scamp.
Underneath the lime tree.
That's where you can find me.
if people are listening to headphones.
Ben Howard is excellent. Burn One Down is one of my all-time favorite campfire songs. Yeah, miss Neil Peart. I think Neil Peart was the best drummer that has ever drummed, potentially.
Would cacao be good with sweetened condensed milk? Probably. If you make it like hot
Yeah.
chocolate, I mean, it's chocolate.
Condensed milk is really good. It just grosses me out.
Oh, it's so good. I think it's really the best if you're going to sweeten it with maple syrup. Because it doesn't give you kind of the... Honey gives a tangy kind of sweet, you know? Like, I don't like to put honey in coffee, but maple syrup is just a sugary sweetness. But you kind of develop a palate for it, and you don't really need sweetener as much. Angela, thank you so much.
What is your diet like?
For the most part, fabulous. Like, as I was pulled out,
Fabulous.
I'm working on my health a lot right now. I'm having some, like, really annoying issues, and I've been keeping a food log to take to the naturopath I'm going to, and we eat so well for the
Yeah, we
most
eat
part.
clean.
Like, we'll eat chips and stuff, and it's really nice to eat oranges, and we eat fruit all the time, and salad, and I'll figure it out.
I want to get a didgeridoo inspired by Xavier Rudd and a number of
That
other
would be
things.
so fun.
But I just don't know where I would practice my didgeridoo. Like, even just out in the forest, if somebody walked up on me just barefoot on the cliff playing a didgeridoo, I feel like that might not go over super well.
I don't know. We'd wake up all our neighbors in the summer. In our spot right now, this is a really popular area, probably in the summer. It's just completely dead this time of year, and it's great. Okay, just a couple more. So it's little.
Camping in the winter is awesome. I kind of don't even want to talk about it because it's so fun and we enjoy the solitude, but...
These are Chief's earrings. I tend to make one earring and never finish the second, so I have about 3 pairs I still need to finish. Mom, I thought you might like these.
We don't often hear creepy things in the Scamp. I saw some unexplainable lights one time in Canyon City, Utah. It was like one light that kind of all of a sudden blinked in. It was like star-sized, and then it stayed in the same place, and then like 3 different lights went off in like straight directions off of it, and then all of a sudden they went out. That was kind of weird.
That was crazy. Someone said, chokers, this could be kind of interesting with the little tie thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would wear it, but I could make it cool.
I find kratom or kratom or kratom or however you choose to say it to be super useful, but it does have potential for abuse, so I don't really talk about it much. So if that's something that you're looking into, just be really mindful of how you're using it, and remember that less is always more. Like, don't go crazy, just like anything. Concerts, festivals. Our friend Lindsay is putting on a festival in
Vanstock.org.
in Alaska that is going to be awesome.
We are working out logistics for that. I don't know yet if we'll be there or not, but that's really about the only potential plan we have. Noah, do you have a staple recipe for making cacao? You're both a true inspiration while I travel around the country solo in my camper with my blue healer. Awesome.
Love those.
Working in wind energy. Heck yeah. That's awesome. I always in my cacao put salt, cayenne pepper, and cinnamon. They say in like Mayan culture, I think, that the pepper, the chili, is a major part in the cacao. It helps, it opens up your capillaries so that the medicine of the cacao does its thing. So I always use cayenne.
I always use
and
coconut
cinnamon.
oil.
And we usually have mushrooms to put in, lion's mane and stuff. What did you put in today? I had coconut milk powder. You had coconut
Maple syrup.
oil.
I normally don't put any sugar in it just because I want to not eat much sugar. But like while we're doing the this live stream, I figured a little bit of sugar would probably help me stay excited.
When I have sugar cravings, especially lately, because this fall we were getting a lot of donuts.
Yeah, we
And
were.
when I have sugar cravings
We
now,
found a real good donut store.
yeah, it was really too bad. It was too good, really, I should say. But I will now just pour honey into a spoon and eat it.
Oh, Lauren Wolf said Denise and Rick miss you guys.
Oh.
We miss you too. Denise is basically my mom, mom. Beard oil. I got the beard oil from Zum when we were in Kansas City, and I like it a lot.
Her son is huge.
Well,
Beckham?
he's not huge.
He is.
He's like a full-grown human now. Is what you mean?
Yeah.
Right?
He looked like beyond toddler.
Yeah.
He's handsome.
Do you like Led Zeppelin? I love Led Zeppelin. I've never really super gotten into them, but like I've listened to a number of their albums front to back and really dig them. My ankle is good. It's doing great.
I love the shape of your earlobe. It's a good one. It's a good one there.
It's all right. What time do you go to bed?
I usually go to bed between
Stop, dude.
9 and 11.
I go to bed later in the winter because I like, rather than waking up to stoke the stove, I like to stay up later so that I don't have to, I can like erase a time of waking up. So then I'll go to bed at like midnight, sometimes a little bit later.
That's your you time.
Yeah.
And my me time is in the morning. I get up pretty early. We're both burpy. So sorry I can't stay in chat this time. As always, thanks for the content. Love following your journey. I'm watching the stream with my mom.
Oh.
Could you show her Camp if he's close by?
He's here. And he's awake, so... Oh, he tried to run. Here's Camp. He won't even look at the screen because he's so frustrated.
Be cute, okay?
Pink Floyd is amazing. They're almost too much for me. I go on like psychological trips when I listen to Pink Floyd.
You look great, okay?
There's Camp. Are you guys done with him?
Beckham screaming. Oh, we're gonna kiss him.
He says he's done.
There's his little...
Allergies are doing great. Winter is the best time for his allergies.
That's a good boy. Oh, that's where he's gonna sit. Unfortunately, I have to quit hiding in the back at work. Oh, it was you. You both are awesome. Thank you so much.
You. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody that's
Daniela
in
Zika.
here, this is amazing. It's so fun to like interact with. This is what I want.
Ah!
What?
Made Up Wonderland. Hi. Girl, it's been a long time.
I want to like continue these conversations on Discord. I linked the code a number of times. I'll link it again. But just so that, because like everybody in the chat right now has like infinite information to share. So I would love to like share that, you know, like have a place where everybody can interact rather than it being us as like a touch point. So you guys can all talk to one another. I think that would be super useful.
Yeah, it's awesome. Just kind of like a space to discuss any topic that is relevant to all of this. Because there's so many people, did you just say that so many people who have more experience in a lot of these areas even than we do, and if everyone could have a place where we could all talk about it. It's a forum. It's really easy to navigate too. I want people to talk more in the health category of Discord.
I just posted the Discord link a couple times.
There it is.
So grab that, hit add new server, and then you can join our Discord channel. And don't
Discord
be bashful.
Is an app, right?
Yeah.
Like
and it's for any, like you can get it on Mac, you can get it on PC, you can get it on iPhone.
Explain it to my mother, who's probably...
So you go on your phone, you download the app called Discord, Discord, and then you hit add new server, and then you type in that code that I just linked. I think it's case sensitive, so the caps matter. And then when you get in there, there are different chat channels. It's like hashtag health, hashtag nomad life, hashtag questions, hashtag general. Like
that's all
of the
really
channels.
See, but...
So all of those are different text channels. So if you want to have a conversation about health, you go into the health channel. If you're starting living nomadically, go into nomad starter questions. Like gear is another one. So you like in the chat is persistent. So if somebody posts a bunch of cool videos about different rigs, then you can scroll back up and like see all those posts. And then there are also voice chat channels. So similar to like Skype or whatever, but you can, like, if we wanted to have 10 or 15 people in there talking about whatever we want to talk about after the live stream, we can jump into Discord and like everybody can talk with voice. So it's just like a good place for like community and stuff. So there's that.
I'm excited for it to have, because you haven't talked about it more than just the last live stream.
Yeah.
Or you mentioned it in Nomad Notes, but it'll
Yeah.
be cool to get more people in there.
For sure. And don't be bashful in there. Like if you have questions or if you have information, or just like share things so that we can get conversations going.
Thank you, Miss Mary Lou.
Miss Mary Lou's the best.
I know, and
You're so
her
intuitive.
tea is the best too. I'm telling you.
Is your trailer amphibious? No, it's not. But I've seen pictures of a Scamp that was put on like a pontoon boat. Like the center of the pontoon was cut out. So it's like a houseboat Scamp, and that's kind of a dream situation. If we just had a set of pontoons that we could roll the Scamp out on, and then we have a houseboat, it'd be pretty cool.
I think Cubic Mini recommends not using pellets for this wood stove.
But the compressed logs are awesome. So.
Oh, they're the best. They work way better than... I'd have to compare them side by side with different types of hardwoods, but we have had great experience, I should say, with the compressed logs.
What's your spirit animal?
I feel like there's a few different animals that, like, provide spirit medicine for me, but I don't think I have a spirit animal. Birds, fox, elephant, because it starts with an E. That's always been one in my life.
The easy one for me is bear, because that's my nickname.
And owl and snake.
Yeah. I don't think I'm like much like a snake, but I've had some, like I love reptiles, so I've had a lot of experiences with snakes and different lizards and stuff. Eagles are awesome. I identify as an eagle sometimes. Or a hawk. I don't know.
I was thinking...
That's hard.
Crane,
owls stick out to me too.
hummingbirds. I don't know. I am a wolf. Scorpion.
How do you guys use the restroom? Just like anybody else. Except for sometimes in holes in the woods. But a lot of times in toilets too.
Almost. It's like so nice to pee outside.
Yeah.
We're usually doing number 2 in town.
Frogs are my spirit animal. I love frogs. Once we have a more, like a bigger space, I want to have a dart frog vivarium with a bunch of live plants and stuff. And I just found out that there are certain types of geckos, the mourning gecko maybe, it reproduces parthenogenically, so it doesn't have to have like a mate to reproduce. But they're teeny tiny geckos, and you can house those with dart frogs. I would love to do that.
Using Miss Mary Lou's tea in kombucha, stretch tea, that's a great idea. I don't know if you saw that, Miss Mary Lou. I wonder if, would the rose flavor then stay in?
What's the coldest temperature we've ever stayed in?
Negatives. We have a video.
Fahrenheit?
We have a video of like negative, what is it? Single digits negative.
Recently, before that big snow, it got down to...
Single digits.
Yeah.
And that's not very
I don't know,
nice.
we don't have a thermometer.
Yeah, just checking on our phone. It was 3 degrees a couple months ago. Not even a couple months ago. Sometimes, just like, we're in a warm spike right now, it seems, and sometimes it gets into a very, very cold spike, and you sleep better in the cold.
Once it gets above 40 degrees, it's like too warm. Is taking a poop in the wilderness
so
difficult?
Great. No, it's the best.
Once you're used to it, it's pretty excellent.
It's so much easier to move things through in a squat. And it's so beautiful out.
And even in the cold, it's not bad.
Your videos are therapy, so thank you. Thank you, Villette.
Villette?
Oh.
maybe.
The fillet. Have you
Yeah,
guys-
it's getting hot in here. I just had to open up the windows.
Yeah, that's why you can hear the cars. We're
Is the
right.
hunting question? No, the hunting question is interesting and like specifically relevant. I went to a archery store today. I've always been fascinated by bows, and I used to make bows with my grandpa back in the day. That's how I got this like scar on my thumb. It looks like a butt kind of, because I was making the back of an arrow and my knife slipped into my thumb when I was a little kid. But I would like to get just a standard recurve bow just to shoot at targets like outside the Scamp, just because that's a fun thing. And I would eventually like to get into like deer hunting, because I think if we're going to eat meat at all, that's like the most ecologically sound way to do it. It makes you like deal with killing something, and I don't know, makes it visceral. I think that's important.
Stretch tea. Hey, the one asking about the tea for kombucha. I currently use tea from China for my kombucha, but I'd like to try others. By the way, I just found your channel yesterday. Wow. And I can't stop watching.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow Miss Mary Lou's channel too. And you can get her tea at Tea Spectral. She'll pop a link in here. Keep popping that tea link, Miss Mary Lou, because there are some good ones. I love the Midday Jacobs tea. I love the sage tea too.
Yeah, Toby, the Samick Sage is that's the exact bow that I'm looking at. As far as just like
Sage.
a simple,
Look at us. We're talking about sage, but two different kinds.
yeah, a simple, like they call it a takedown bow, so the limbs come off of the riser so you can like put it away easily, and then you can upgrade the limbs to like higher poles. So I could start with a low one so Elsa and I can shoot it together. But I've always been fascinated by archery, and Elsa's good at it and enjoys it too, so I think that'd be a fun thing.
Somebody, oh. People were talking about, well, I don't need to bring it up again now. Oh, they're still talking about poop.
Somebody's asking about getting a bigger Scamp, and that would be cool, but at the same time, you gotta like have a bigger car, or like a car that can tow more, and it just brings a lot more complexity. It puts a lot more stress on the vehicle, and then stress on the Scamp's axles and everything. So
I would upgrade what we have, like internally. I would love to have a little table, turn this bench area into a chair and a table. We need some people like Retro Renos to come just help us.
And have a awning outside and like a nice outdoor sort of area.
We should probably work on beefing up the frame, whether we add to the frame or not. We should.
Yeah.
I think Scamp frames are known for being pretty fragile. Not fragile, but.
What about lighting? We use BioLite lights. We have a BioLite base lantern and BioLite sunlights. All of our lights are BioLite, and they're the best.
We use this almost every day, and it has lasted us for almost 3 years now. And BioLite's about to come out with a new product next week that's really awesome, a consumer version of another product they have, and these are their
camp
string
lights?
lights.
What are they called?
String lights.
Something minis. And then we have the base lantern right here. It's stuck on there, but it has a built-in battery. It's like full color spectrum, so you can choose what color. Like, we should get different colors. See, it's kind of green, blue, but it's full spectrum. So we normally keep it on like a burnt orange color because it's, I don't know, it just feels nice. And then the other little light bulbs connect to it.
Okay, wait. The dog looks awfully cute right now. What an angel. Oh, his bandana is just the cutest. Oh, he's the best. It's so nice having a dog.
What tires did you get for the Subaru? Great question. That is something I did a lot of research on. They're Yokohama Geolander ATs, and they are one of the only like off-road and winter-capable tire that is the same diameter as the stock Subaru tires, so we don't have to switch the spare, and we can keep the spare in like under the trunk. Because with an all-wheel drive car, if you have different diameter wheels or tires, it will ruin the differential. So we got to keep them all the same size. So that was the simplest way for me to get full like off-road capable tires, and keep the spare and everything the same. Just bought a Trillium. Trilliums are awesome.
Cool.
Thanks for the great content. I appreciate everybody listening to the podcast. That's exciting. The Subaru is an automatic transmission. I love driving manual, but from everything I've gathered, for towing and stuff like that, and off-roading, people make the argument that automatics are superior, but I don't know. I still prefer manual, even though ours isn't. My fantasy vacation is to go to New Caledonia because the largest species of gecko in the world lives there, and I would love to see him in the wild. The Rhacodactylus leachianus.
It's thick. Needs more water.
It's hot in here.
No Sasquatch.
Nope.
Camp is a Shiba Inu.
Please post the Discord link again. I can do that.
You need to post it on my community page. I can send you whiskey. I like the sound of that.
The problem is we're not near
There's no problem.
Well, no, we're just not near our P.O. box super often, and we don't know how long we're even going to be here. You know?
I could make an exception.
Oh, Miss Mary Lou sent the Discord link, so...
She's been sending it over and over and over again.
Yeah,
she's the best.
Have you ever been scared or afraid? No. Yeah.
When I hear people roll up at night, my stomach kind of drops.
Yeah.
We had some Jehovah's Witnesses come to our door today for the first time ever. We're on BLM land, and
Yeah.
so fair ground, public land.
It was just kind of weird. Anybody home? Anybody home? And I was like, yeah. I mean, then I went out and talked to them for a while. They were plenty nice. We had a great conversation. We would love to accept gifts, but we just can't because we have little space and we're not often near the post office.
If you're dying to, though, send me an email and we'll talk. Seriously, I love love
whiskey.
letters. Yeah, I only started to like whiskey after going to a really fantastic distillery. I don't want to blow it up in Colorado. Oh, so good. Any regrets? It's an interesting question.
Nope.
I regret, well, I mean, it's like you have to learn from everything, but I regret changing the Scamp. Like having somebody we didn't know very well work on the Scamp. I regret that.
Yeah. Camp really doesn't like toys unless there are other dogs around, and then he plays with the toys to like try to get a rise out of the other dogs. Favorite books or author?
Is it? I love Essentialism. I was just reminded of that in the Tim Ferriss podcast today. Essentialism is a really good book.
I don't think I've read it.
Yes, you have. McCowan or something? McCowan? Essentialism.
I understand. I know that that's a thing, but I don't know if I've read that book.
We started listening to the audiobook on a drive home to Kansas City once.
Oh, okay. My favorite book of all time is Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari.
It's good. Stranger in the Woods is so good.
Yeah.
It's about a guy who goes and lives in the woods for 24 years or something, undetected, stealing from this summer vacation
Camp.
A real true story. It's amazing.
Somebody asked if we smoke up 1,000 times, occasionally.
It's legal here in Oregon.
Favorite podcast?
No gifts. I'll take my 20 back then.
Tim Ferriss is excellent. Kevin Rose, I really enjoy.
Stretch
Joe Rogan
tea.
has a
I
lot
want to
of
try some of your kombucha.
good. Sam Harris podcast is good. I don't know,
always
there's
liked
lots.
This American Life. I haven't been listening to it too much lately. A lot of NPR podcasts I really like.
How I Built This is good. Our podcast is fine. I'm just kidding. We have a podcast if you want to listen to our podcast.
Let me see what I've got. I can never think of them on the spot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I've got in mine, I don't listen to all these all the time. Fresh Air by NPR. H3 podcast. I listen to that if there's been some big YouTube drama going on. He also did an Andrew Yang podcast that was really interesting. Hidden Brain, NPR. How I Built This with Guy Raz, NPR. Joe Rogan, Kevin Rose, Sam Harris. Rising Women Leaders. Serial. TED Radio Hour. TED Talks Daily. This American Life. Tim Ferriss. And Russell Brand. I've only listened to that once.
He's in fact anything that has to do with the criminal system. I kind of just makes me sick.
The Serial season 3
Yeah.
is all about is it in Detroit?
No, I think it was Chicago.
I don't think it's either one.
I just wanted to puke the whole time.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I don't think I've ever listened to Coast to Coast. A good nerdy podcast all about Apple stuff. It used to be called Hypercritical.
Cleveland.
But now it's what is it called now? I don't even know if I still have it on.
Invisibilia.
99% Invisible is really good.
Oh, it is. Do I not have... What the heck? That's been one of my favorites, and it's... How did it unsubscribe? Wow, thank you. Oh, that's sad. That's one of my favorites.
Recode is a good tech. The Accidental Tech podcast is good tech-oriented stuff.
And Positivity, Miss Mary Lou's podcast. She just posted a link. It's the sweetest podcast you'll ever listen to.
Stuff You Should Know is great too. Yeah, I agree.
I love chai. I've been making chai lately. I have a plain black tea that I got for chai. I wonder if Miss Mary Lou's rose black tea would be good. Rose chai? Probably. I haven't tried it.
What else?
I'm kind of new here, but love watching your videos.
I've never geocached. Is there anything else that we need to talk about or want to?
Yeah, it's getting kind of late, isn't it? Kind of
A little
long.
bit.
I am so stoked that so many of you have been here for so long. Hey, did you see this?
No.
From Gunther's Squad. Love y'all from Georgia. Scratch Camp's ears for me.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gunther.
And
I'll take my $20 back.
from Stretch T.
Yeah, sorry we missed that super chat. It's hard to keep track of everything. But after we turn this off, I will be on Discord to talk to you guys about whatever you want to talk
Yeah,
about.
that would be fun. Are you gonna do voice?
If people want to. If you want to just talk on voice, I will just jump into one of the voice channels and I'll see you there and talk about things.
Go sports ball.
Chiefs is excellent. An excellent specimen of a human.
Well, let's call it. Everybody
Okay.
get on Discord if you want to continue chatting.
And if you have questions or want to talk about different things, look through the chat channels and see what channel would make the most sense for your question. So everything kind of stays relevant. So it's easy for people to peruse and gain information.
I want to talk in the health one. I could have any health wizards come help me.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Okay, everybody, this was so fun. Thank you to anyone and everyone who was here commenting, and thank you to anyone and everyone who donated. That's just a really neat, unexpected part of these live streams that's so helpful. Thank you all so much. We'll have some new videos up next week.
Yes.
Should I tell you what they are? Coming up, we have a day in the life of camp sometime. We'll probably have a cute Valentine's Day video and an awesome vlog talking about a few things and showing one of BioLite's cool new products.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching.
More direction for Discord. It's an app.
Oh.
So it's called DAISCORD. You look up that, download it for whatever, or you can go on their website and then...
And we'll leave a link for directions in the YouTube, this video's comments.
The Discord code, you just hit add new server and then paste that code in, and then you'll go to the Normal to Nomad Discord server, and then you can talk in any of the chat channels. Miss Mary Lou, you are a hero.
Thank you for Ever Images by Elle. Yes, Miss Mary Lou. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream, Mary and everyone else. Good night. See you in Discord.
Bye, guys.